Check, check. Hello, Dog Days. We're going to start the comedy show in a few minutes. So get your beers, get your seats, get comfortable. We're got a live show waiting for you.
Hey, real quick, guys, I just want to have the mic for a few minutes. Thank you for coming out for Comedy in Kitsap tonight, but I don't think you guys understand what is going on tonight. So you guys all know Joe Rogers. He's the guy who looks like Jesus and tells dick jokes, but more importantly, this is 10 years of Comedy in Kitsap, and big deal. And I just want to show my appreciation, Joe, because not only have you stuck through us between the tight times and all the craziness we've been in the last couple of years, but I consider you a really good friend, so I appreciate it a lot. And there's cake, so he didn't see it yet, I don't think, but there's a lot of weed on it and, the kinds of things that he likes, but yeah. So give it up for Joe. Come on, guys.
It is Pride Month. Let's get down. Let's get up here and make out. Have a great time. All right, well, hey, give it up for Jeff, the owner of Dog Days just now. Fucking saying some nice shit. That's pretty cool. I have imposter syndrome, so anytime anybody says something nice about me, I'm like, fuck that Joseph Rogers guy. Like, fuck that guy, straight up. I am live streaming tonight, so just know that your eruptions of laughter are encouraged. We want it to look really good. There's the camera, so don't knock into that or anything like that. I don't usually live stream the shows, so I don't want to make you believe that you can watch these from home. I will start charging for the live streams, so keep the shows free. I've been doing comedy 10 years, and one of the early things I learned in comedy was you're not supposed to wear shorts and sandals on stage. Yeah, so I was like, fuck, I'm a rule breaker, bro. I'll do what I want. No, but on a serious note, people always ask me like how I got started in comedy and whatnot, and I think it's really interesting because I never thought I'd have the courage to go on stage and do comedy. I've always wanted to. I remember when I was a very young boy watching Mork and Mindy and Robin Williams just being Robin Williams, and I fell in love with him. And I found Richard Pryor and George Carlin as a young age, and I was like, oh man, I really want to do that. That looks like a lot of fun. But then I was like, I would never get on stage, you know? But I got really drunk one night, and I tried it, and I was shit-tanked, and it wasn't horrible. But what started that was actually my grandma was into poetry, and she would try to get me to be into poetry when I was a young man. And I was like, man, fuck poetry. Like, straight up. And then after she passed away, I kind of started reading some of her poems and whatnot, and it inspired me to take a 5-credit class at Olympic College, advanced poetry. So I was like, oh, I'll do that in memory of my grandma, you know. And one of the things in poetry class that you had to do on the first day was pick a 2-minute poem. And over the period of the course, you memorize the poem and you recite it in front of the class as part of your final. So I was like, holy shit, that's everything I don't want to do. Like, that's crazy, especially since I was the only dude in that class, which actually was pretty cool. But but what happened was I was encouraged to do this. Like, I knew that if I was going to successfully do this, I had to train, I had to study, I had to practice, and I did. And I worked hard, and I went to a bar for open mic to practice my poem as I was approaching the time. And I remember being really fucking nervous and then going up there, and because of the hard work and preparation I put into it, I crushed it. I got a round of applause, and it made me feel really fucking good. And I was like, you know what? I think as long as I work hard at anything that I put my mind to, I could do it. So that was my approach in comedy. I was like, fuck it, I'm not funny, but I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to learn how to do comedy. And after 10 years, I'm kind of funny. So yeah, thank you. It's quite the progression. But that gave me the ability to give myself confidence to do comedy. And poetry is a beautiful art, just like comedy. So that's what started it. Also, something I want to share with you real quick. This is not about jokes right now. I'm sorry. I didn't. when I started in comedy, I think every comedian that does it for at least 5 years becomes a better person in other aspects of their life when they do comedy. There's a lot of things that transfer over in real life. It's really crazy. One of those things was when I started doing comedy, I did a lot of material that was really insensitive to women. As a straight, white, cis male, I was just talking about what I love, which was fucking. So it's like, but when people would tell me, hey, Joe, maybe those jokes aren't that great, I would say, fuck you. And yeah. But it was through comedy and through people sharing what they thought about my set with me that made me realize that maybe I should change my approach to my jokes. And one of the things that I've realized through my marriage with my beautiful wife of almost 17 years, Lori Seabaugh, sitting right here. She is a huge part of it because obviously being with me and doing comedy, not easy. But she's the backbone of everything we do here and in comedy in Kitsap. But most importantly, she didn't tell me she hated my jokes. She supported me no matter what. But the women in comedy did not like me. And here's the thing I realized is like being with her and being married for as long as we have, I've learned that women are fucking awesome, right? Women are awesome. They're better than men on so many fucking levels. So many levels. In fact, I've come to the conclusion that men don't deserve women. Honestly. Because I know there's a lot. Back when I started, okay, so I used to do this joke where I'm not proud of it, but I would talk about using my girlfriend's tears as lube. It was very insensitive to women, and people didn't like it. But now I've learned, and I've gone through my marriage, and I've realized that maybe I shouldn't do that because women are fucking beautiful, and they're amazing, and they rule the world. Right? Right. This ain't a man's world. This is a woman's world, motherfucker. They're the ones bringing people into this world. And while we're on the topic, let's talk about abortion. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-choice for sure. Not for the same reason most people are pro-choice. I'm pro-choice because that means that's one less person to buy a house in this market. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. I finally tell a joke and you guys just fucking sit there. Okay, great. I guess it's all true. No, but also too, like, it's just the struggle's real. I used to be sad when my friends would kill themselves. Now I'm like, hey, that's one less person to buy gas. So, the struggle is real. But, yeah. This show is not about me. It is not about this beautiful cake. What this show is about, though, is that most of the comedians you see tonight are local. Some of them are new. Some of them are been around for a few years. When we started doing comedy here, there wasn't much 10 years ago, but now there is a very big comedy scene in Kitsap. And your headliner tonight, he was at the very first comedy show that I produced out of my backyard. So that's a fucking treat to have him out 10 years later, right? So yeah, we have a great lineup of comedians for you tonight. Starting off, the first comedian, a really good friend of mine, and he is really super loud, so I'm going to turn down the microphone for him. Everybody give a warm welcome to Veg. Oh, did I not do a long enough set?
I didn't know I was not supposed to be buying alcohol while you were talking. That's what I'm saying.
Keep it going for Veg, everybody.
God, I don't know. A lot of stuff going on. So I thought I'd write some things down, and Joseph apparently touched on one that I didn't want to touch on because that one's called That One. Oop, don't mind that card. And that one is abortion. See, as a human being, I really don't think that I should be able to tell other people what they can do with their lives as long as they're not interfering with mine, right? And as a man, I don't feel that I have any kind of responsibility to tell a woman what she's allowed to do with her body. But I do have 3 confirmed kills. Anyway, so a well-regulated militia a well-regulated militia. Let's see, what's it say here? It says there's cards in here somewhere, and I didn't even bring my. A well-regulated militia necessary for the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. To me, that's pretty clear. But to others, it's way vague, way vague. And it's really funny when they come up to me and they're like, you're not a well-regulated militia. I'm like, well, what do you think a well-regulated militia is? And they're like, well, that's the National Guard. And I'm like, hang on. Say it with me. National Guard, militia. Because what you're trying to tell me when you say National Guard is you're trying to tell me that a corrupt government is going to hire a second military to dethrone them. Are you insane? And then they're like, well-regulated. I'm like, we are well-regulated. I can't have a 30-round clip. I can't have a 20-round clip. I can't have a bump stock, whatever the fuck a bump stock is. We are a well-regulated militia according to shit that was written 250 years ago, okay? Is what I'm saying. Now, I appreciate that those guys wrote some shit down on some paper, but as I exist as a human being in this reality, so I should be able to defend my family and my home and myself by any means necessary at any level that is dictated by the force used against me. I mean, it was nice of them to write it down, but they didn't need to. That's all I'm saying. Second Amendment. Okay, so we got the religion one.
1 minute.
What, 1 minute? He's like, you're done already, man. You can't talk about this shit. So executive order issued on February 3rd, Executive Order 13772. The core principles for regulation of the United States financial system. Sounds good, right? There were 7 core principles, 7 of them. 3 of them stood out to me. 3. The first one was to enable American companies to be able to be more hang on, what's the word? They were able to be more, God, I can't, I drank too much. I'm sorry, I've been drinking because apparently the Second Amendment is a good thing, according to God Thomas. So, okay. Okay, here we go. It enabled American companies to be more competitive with their foreign counterparts, both domestically and foreign, which means they're creating more jobs, apparently. I mean, that's the word. And then the second part of that, the second one that caught my attention was it allowed American people to be more informed in the marketplace so they could have financial decisions that would allow them to save for the future. So they're creating jobs and they're saying we're going to save money. Both of them are lies, but whatever. So the third part of this core thing was it prevented taxpayer-funded bailouts. February 3rd, Executive Order 13772 did those 3 things. Is that good stuff? Do you think that's good? One person, because the rest of you don't care. But I'll tell you what, February 24th, Executive Order 14018 nullified all of that. Because what I didn't tell you was Executive Order 13772 was done in 2017 by Trump, and the other one was done by your friend Biden. Have a wonderful life. Enjoy your serfdom.
All right, veg, everybody. Yeah, that's. I don't know what happened to that guy. I used to do fucking mushrooms with him, I guess. Those mushrooms did not work. All right, everybody, keep it going for your next comedian. He does shows all over Kitsap as well. Give it up for Billy Kimbo.
Wow, veg, man. Sounded like the world's most insane street preacher, which is a hard level to fucking achieve in Bremerton. Oh, my God. Joe's 10-year anniversary of doing comedy. Give it up for him.
Fuck that guy.
He was brave, too. He busted out the shorts, got rid of the pants, but decided to keep the winter legs. Dude, you can't just break into shorts with your winter legs hanging out like that. You're going to blind traffic. Think of the fucking children, man. Oh, geez, how's everybody doing tonight? Hell yeah. I've been learning a lot of new things the last couple of weeks since I seen you last. Like last week, I went to the mall with my 19-year-old daughter, and while we were at the mall, I learned that I am no longer allowed to say hella rad out in public. I also learned last week that after 40 years of being the big brother, the oldest brother out of 12 kids that my dad has, yeah, I know, dad's pull-out game is fucking weak. But I just learned after 40 years that I have an older brother. Right? Just popped up out of the blue. Fuck you, 23andMe. No, the thing about it, dude, is he's from the Dominican Republic, and I'm half Mexican and half Irish. So when I first heard that, I was like, oh my God, he's twice the Latino I am. And so, I'm talking to my dad about it and everything, and I was like, tell me what he's like. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, right now I hold the tier of being the coolest kid. And it's not because I did anything special. It's because all my siblings are fuck-ups, and all I had to do was stay out of prison or rehab. And so when I was talking to my dad, I was like, so what's he like? I was thinking to myself, man, I'm probably still cooler than he is. And my dad's like, well, for starters, his name is Fernando. And I was like, motherfucker, he's got a cool name. I was like, Dad, how did you come up with Fernando for him and you got Billy for me? I was like, he gets something sexy like Fernando, and I get named after a fucking goat. I was like, okay, well, maybe he's been a fuck up his whole life, And I was kind of crossing my fingers for that one. And he was like, I said, Dad, what's he been doing with his life? What's he been up to? And he's like, well, actually, he came over to America, and then he was an Iraqi war vet. And I was like, God damn it. And then he goes, and he got discharged for a Purple Heart. So he's a war vet, a war hero. I went, motherfucker, Fernando. Like, God damn, we were grading on a curb when it came to the kids. You're fucking up the curb, Fernando. Oh, man. Other things that I've learned, I Googled Gig Harbor not too long ago. And when I Googled Gig Harbor, the first thing that popped up was a man named Kevin Pinion, a man who died from having sexual relations with a horse in Enumclaw. Dude, I was fucking Googling directions. How much does the internet hate your town that the first thing that pops up when you Google your town is fucking horse humping? The other thing I learned, I was watching a documentary on Alcatraz, and they started talking about this guy named Icebox Joe. And I got real excited about Icebox Joe. That sounds like a real killer name, right? And once they start talking about Icebox Joe got his nickname from giving fellatio in the refrigerator at Alcatraz. I was like, Jesus Christ. 65 years later, and they're still talking about this? Why is this on the History Channel? And how good were those fucking blowjobs? All right, that's my time, folks. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Billy. All right, we have a long lineup of comedians tonight, so let's bust through this. Give it up for your next comic, Jacob Jaffe.
Thank you. Yep, happy 10 years, Joe. How are you? A lot of people in Pennsylvania are pissed off that Dr. Oz is running for Senate in their state. And one of the big reasons is that he's not from Pennsylvania, he's from New Jersey. But I totally get that because I know a lot of people from New Jersey who lie about it, which I totally get, because they're from New Jersey. Oh, like, seriously. If someone tells me they're from Philadelphia, I just immediately don't believe them. My uncle tells me that he's from Philadelphia. My dad tells me that he's from New York City. They lived in the same house growing up. No, like, I actually like New Jersey. It's not that bad. The gas prices are lower than in New York. Has all the same stores that New York has, as far as I know. And it's a pretty short train ride from North Jersey to New York City. It's pretty great. I would totally move there and tell people that I was from New York City. Yeah. There's a part of me that doesn't really want to move there, though, because, well, as I stated earlier, I do have family members that are from there that say that they're not from there. And, well, I moved across the country for a reason. I just don't want to see them, like, ever. And there would be some advantage to saying that I lived in New York, but they would find out. It would get kind of weird because, well, I have a cousin. He's in college now. Well, he's about to start college. Just graduated high school. I'm kind of worried that, like, whenever he's going to college, just coming back home drunk, he's going to say that I bought him the beers or whatever. And I totally would. But I don't want to get that kind of shit from my aunt. Though, about a year ago, I was visiting some family members in Jersey. My dad was making a suggestion for my cousin to get a job, my even younger cousin, the 15-year-old cousin. He had braces, and my dad's telling him, should get a job, you know? Help your parents pay for those braces on your mouth. I'm like, yeah, Braden, you should get a job. Braces are expensive. You know what else is expensive? You had a hospital birth. That's expensive. And you know what else? You've been living rent-free for 15 years. Seriously, get off your ass. Shit, man. You could deliver stuff on your bicycle or whatever. Turns out that he didn't know how to ride a bike. In all honesty, I think that he should focus on school, maybe go to college. I told him that. My dad's like, dude, this guy is not going to college. He was there, by the way. Anyway, that's been my time. Thank you. You've been awesome.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. All right. Keep it going for your next comedian. He is also a good friend of mine. Give it up for Dennis Reed.
And Gypsy. All right, Gypsy. I don't know if she memorized her shit today. You got anything to say, girl? Okay, she said people should be able to do whatever the fuck they want with their bodies. We need to go back in time. That's all I give a fuck about, all of that shit. So my name is Dennis James Hawthorne Norman Reed, father of Gypsy. I got human babies too, but whatever, they're grown up now. Not one of them's a drug addict, so, you know, fuck you. Haha. Lead by example. Do cocaine in front of them. They'll, you know, make them bring you your mirror. I didn't say I was a good dad. I said they don't do drugs. Whatever you believe after that's your own fucked up minds. So anybody here ever fly to Alaska from here? Anyone? 3-hour flight? Oh, well, yeah, you fly. Yeah, so it's a 3-hour flight. Well, this last time I went, first, I'm old now. I got scammed on my airline tickets like a douchebag. I paid $300 from Airborne Traveler. My friend pointed out later, if you read the ticket, it says Landered, and it said something else, taking ARF. Or so it was very, hey, that's a cake. I got her. But that would have been awesome, actually. I would have been, thank you, I'm out. Big old door to run from. But yeah, so it was a 12-hour flight. I had to get my friends use airline miles, and I ended up going to Juneau, Alaska, which I hate that those two words go together, because Juneau's about as much of Alaska as I am funny. So I guess it's a little Alaska. I love you, Thomas. yeah, this is all just for you, buddy. But anyway, so I get there, and I'm not one of these fancy folks that like flies. They can rent a car when I get to my destination, and everything in Alaska is huge. So I arrive in Alaska, in Juneau. I've got an 8-hour fucking layover. Thank God I don't drink because I would have gotten in a fight with security the 9th time I went through there. I'm like, Jesus, dude, I carry my tension in my shoulders. I carry my heroin in my asshole. I don't know why you won't look there first. If you're that fucking concerned about it, I know what I look like. So anyways, I get to the airport. I know I'm in Alaska. I know weed is legal. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go find some weed. So I just start walking. The first lady I see coming at me, she's about from new funny dude away from me. And that's when I noticed the scabs. And I'm like, fuck, I found one of Juno's tweakers. So I ask her, hey, which way is it to the weed store? And she goes, oh, you just take a right down the road. I'm like, stop. You just pointed to the left. Okay. That's not how any of this works. So I'm not going to ask you any more directions. She's like, oh, cool. Well, since you're in town, if you want, man, we got soup right down the road. And I'm like, bitch, do you not see the airline ticket on my bag? I'm not homeless. Again, I know what I look like. I look like somebody who found Jesus and was like, hey, man, you want to smoke some fucking crack? And then the only problem is once you smoke crack with Jesus, he just hangs around. Anyways, so I'm all like, no, I'm good. She's like, well, yeah, you just come down to the glory hole. I'm like, wait, excuse me, hold on, stop, back up, don't chew on stuff. What I was thinking in my head about her fucking sorry looking mouth. But so she's like, yeah, just come down the glory hole, we got soup. So I'm just in my head, I'm like, man, so do I like stick my dick in the glory hole and you pour clam chowder on it? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of into that. Like every time I say it out loud, I can see it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Does she put crumbled up little crackers on it? No. Hey, man, you make shit up on the spot. See how it works out for you. Anyways, Joe Rogers. I love that man right there. I just want to say I had a lot in my head. I mean, he lives on Rogers Street. I thought there was a D in Rogers. So I like to finally say I've been putting the D in Rogers for about 3 years now. He has no reason to keep letting me talk into the mic, and yet he does it. And we do a cool thing called the podcast show. You should check that out sometime. It's pretty good. The last couple episodes, I might have been angry and hate-filled. I can't tell anymore because I hate everything. Anyways, Gypsy has really weird political views I don't want to share with you. She's a German Shepherd, and my best friend's Jewish, and she keeps trying to bite her.
All right, Dennis Reed, everybody. Keep it going for him and Gypsy. Sweet girl. All right. All right, everybody, keep it going for your next comedian. He is also new to comedy, and he's been doing very well. Give it up for Matt Houston.
Dennis is my dad. He loves the dog more than me, though, so we'll talk about it later. I know you're probably like, who let the engineer in here? I had my graphing calculator, but I left it in the car, so that's a problem. So, if you can believe it, I used to be normal. Yeah. This was back before I studied engineering in college. Yeah, I got infected over there, though, with Asperger's. Yeah. That's not good. All the engineers running around, it's bound to happen at some point, right? Now my wife has to tell me when my autism is flaring up. I think that Asperger's is a lot like herpes. Once you've caught it, you are stuck with it for the rest of your life. Got all these unexpected flare-ups you got to deal with. I had a flare-up the other day. Not with herpes. Ran into a former coworker and was asking him how he's doing. He's like, well, pretty good, except just got diagnosed with diabetes. I decided to laugh in his face. Yeah. Because in my mind, I was thinking, well, of course you've got diabetes. You look like a younger version of Wilfred Brimley. Diabetes. So I am married, and my wife and I, we have 2 kids, right? And naturally with 2 kids comes childbirth, right? And probably more women can attest to this than men, but men are typically afraid of childbirth, right? Some, they run at the word pregnant. Others, they can't even be in the hospital room, right? Because it's just too much for them. Some of them are good sports, right? They show up only to need their own medical attention later on. Not me, though. I was there for my wife, for both kids. But I was, just hold on a second, because Shut up, Drew. I was emotionally unavailable to my wife for other reasons, though. Right, I was a little distracted with the scientific method. Yeah, just getting up in there and like, all right, doc, like run me through this. What are we doing here? What kind of drugs are we shooting her up with? Okay, that's probably fine. Is this amount of blood okay? Are you seeing this? Then my wife. Should just end there. My wife's got to ruin the whole thing for me because she's want me to hold her hand and stuff. It's ridiculous. And then, the doctor's like, hey, can you get your fat head out of the way so I can do my job here? Not good. So we've been married for 12 years. We actually just celebrated our 12-year anniversary yesterday. Yeah. So I appreciate that. Yeah, because some people, when they hear me say that, they're like, well, what were you, like 13 when you got married? I'm like, well, I was 15, okay, asshole? I had to get emancipated to make it legal. One of us had to be an adult to make this thing work out. So naturally, I'm into cougars. There's a 6-year gap between my wife and I, which could be awkward for a lot of people, but not for us, right? We knew each other really well before we got married. We knew each other for years, due to the fact that she was my babysitter. Yeah, and it worked out great too because she's already got my nap schedule down, right? She knows how I like my PB&Js. And my parents already approve of her. But there's drawbacks too, right? I have to ask for permission anytime I want screen time. That's not good. And then my parents still have to pay her for her time, so she'll even hang out with me. We're actually Latter-day Saints, and a lot of you know us as the Mormons. I get a lot of questions about polygamy. And so I'm not actually a polygamist, but my dad is. Yeah. He's got wives on wives. We call that WOW. It's an acronym. So 4 moms, right? How do you keep them straight? What do you call them all? Like, well, there's Mama Bear, Mama Prime, Charlene, and Ghost Mom. Yeah. She was never there for me, so I just pretend like she doesn't exist. More like Ghost Bitch. I do have to say my dad is not actually a polygamist, but he has been married 4 separate times. Yeah, wow, that's you remember from earlier. That's good. So I guess he just missed out on the polygamist training camps. So what do you do? All right, that's my time. I'm Matt Houston. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Matt Houston. All right, we're halfway through this lineup, everybody. Keep it going for your next comedian. He's also new to comedy. Give a warm welcome to Max Weissong.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Yeah? It's pretty cool Joe's been doing this for 10 years, right? But you can do an awful lot of things in 10 years, right? Like, Joe, you could have been a doctor, man. Right? But I think we're all pretty happy he chose this instead. Like, could you imagine going into a doctor's office, you walk through the doors, and there's Joe Rogers in a lab coat, right? like I love the guy, but you're going home. You know what I mean? Like you're probably going to get a Vicodin prescription you don't need, but you're going home, right? Yeah. When I met Joe, I didn't know his name, but like in my head, I called him Bremerton Seth Rogen. I used to smoke a lot of weed, and I loved stoner comedies. I liked weed because it made me feel confident, but now I realized when I was high, I was just too stupid to be insecure. So, but I love stoner comedies. They were my favorite. But I realized something recently. Where are the crackhead comedies, right? Like, I love Harold and Kumar, but where's Harold and Kumar go to White Castle and steal a bunch of copper wiring, right? Like, where's Jay and Silent Bob's quest for Cadillac converters, right? Where's Cheech and Chong get arrested outside of 7-Eleven, right? I wrote that over on 6th Street. That place is wild. That's wild. I just moved to Bremerton. I started a new job. I had a real bad day at work today. I was sexually harassed at the workplace. Kind of serious, kind of a bummer. But the fucked up part is I work for my dad. Oh, I missed the line. I'm supposed to say, my boss sexually harassed me. That joke doesn't make any sense now. Bummer. All right. Swing and a miss. All right. One of the things about the pandemic is I think we all learned a lot about ourselves. Like some people learned that they didn't like their job anymore. Some people learned that their relationship wasn't going to last. I learned that I liked having my nipples sucked. So, growth, right? Yeah. I like that joke because I can say that to a room full of people and they laugh. But if you say that at a pottery class, you're going to jail. So, yeah. And it's true. Like the other day we went to Target and I got a boner in the vacuum aisle. Like I saw a shop vac and my dick moved. My girlfriend saw it. She's like, "What's that?" And I go, "Nothing. It's definitely not that Dyson." So, I also realized, another kind of embarrassing thing about me, I'm a premature ejaculator, which sucks. Yeah, it's the worst. I know, that's the right reaction. It's my cross to bear, though, but statistically, I'm not the only one here. That's why after this, I'll be hosting a meeting for people like me. Don't worry, the meetings are quick. Yeah. And if nobody else shows up, that's okay. I'm pretty used to being the only one that comes. So, yeah. All right. My girlfriend hates that joke. She hates that joke. Yeah. I also realized during the pandemic, I don't like my friends anymore. Like, I need new friends. I got a buddy who thought the Q in LGBTQ stood for QAnon. Right? I was like, Kevin, that's not what being an ally means. He wants to be an astronaut, which is crazy because I think the closest he'll ever get to space is getting stoned at a Planet Fitness. Right? Not a really high quality dude, right? We actually met when we were 16. I was riding in his car, he was driving, when he asked me, "Hey man, you want to see something cool?" I was like, "Yeah man, sure." So he reached into his center console, pulled out a can of whipped cream, and my first thought as a fat kid was, "Fuck yeah, whipped cream," right? Like, best day ever, right? But my second thought was a little darker. I was like, "Oh God, he's gonna make me suck his dick. Oh fuck." But then he popped off the lid, put it in his mouth, took a big hit, whip it, right? I'd never seen it before. His eyes roll back in his head, and we're going like 45 down the road, right? 45 miles an hour. So I grabbed the wheel, and all I'm thinking is, God, I can't die this way, because everyone's going to think I died in some sort of like gay whipped cream roadhead accident. And I can't let my dad find me like that. Eventually, he snapped to it, grabbed the wheel, and we just like played it off like nothing happened. It was kind of fucked up. We actually did whippets for 6 months after that. But I had to stop because I started forgetting my name. And to be honest, whippets are for kids, right? Like, if you're doing whippets and you're an adult, try crack, right? Grow up, like, be an adult. That's all I got, Joe. Thank you.
All right, keep it going for Max Weissong, everybody. Max looks like Jason Momoa if you ordered him off Wish. That's someone else's joke. I just really like it. No, actually, Max has only been doing comedy for about 4 or 5 weeks now. So let's give it up for him one more time for being the newest comic here tonight. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. All right, keep it going for your next comedian. She is a really good friend of mine. She also owns the bar down the street called Remedy Speakeasy. She made a comedy and Kitsap menu just for tonight after the show. Give it up for Allison Rose.
Hey, guys. Hi. Give it up for all your comics and Joe Rogers tonight.
Fuck that guy.
You guys, I'm going to spend a little bit of time up here to talk about how much I love Joe Rogers. He is so important to this community. He has been such a great guy. He has been a staple for all of us and laughs. And so one of the things that he taught me, I'd like to impart on all of you. One of my first times that I ever bombed, Joe told me the best advice I ever heard. He said, if you're bombing on stage, just tell them that you're high on shrooms. And that was the moment that I learned that Joe says he's high on shrooms a lot more than he actually is. I love you, Joe. I'm Allison Rose. A little bit about me. My first job was at McDonald's. I was dating my boss at the time, and his name was Ronald. I know. We didn't work out sexually. He didn't think that it was cute when I wanted to role play and showed up dressed as the Hamburglar. But the last straw for me in our relationship was I was going down on him, and I asked him how it was, and he said, "I'm loving it." I'm single. I've been dating around, experimenting. I recently dated a guy who wanted me to call him daddy. I did it. I tried it out, took one for the team, but it felt weird, you know? I was like, oh, daddy. But the whole time I was like, what is wrong? And then I realized it's just not how dad does it. My poor dad. That joke is why he's not here to support me tonight. Someone recently told me that I look like a lady who has her shit together, and I thought that was really nice. On the surface, maybe I own many blazers and a restaurant, but if you take a deeper look, all of my blazers have cigarette holes in them. And I recently no-call, no-showed to a shift that I scheduled myself for at my own restaurant. So kind of a hot fucking mess up here. It's been a rough few years for me. I got divorced. I lost a job. I broke not one but two ankles. At a low point, I banged a broke dude by a dumpster. Developed a new fetish, which is good because 6 weeks into the fucking pandemic, I ran out of porn. I watched every porn that existed. Dumpster porn had not existed at that point. You're welcome. Thanks, Jaffe. I was desperate for work at a certain point, and I did what any middle-aged woman with a master's degree would do, and I slept my way into a line cook position at a dive bar. And it was the best career move I've ever made because now I own my own restaurant. And, oh, thanks. That's not the best part. You know what the best part about is owning your own restaurant is that it comes with its own dumpster. For banging broke dudes. And, like, to be fair, it's not their fault that they're broke. I only pay them minimum wage. I'm Allison Rose. Thank you, guys.
All right. Hell yeah, Allison. I thought I was going to do something nice, and I actually pressure washed the dumpster outside of her business and cleaned it up, and she got super angry at me for it. I was like, wow, you like the dumpsters dirty. Okay, cool. All right, everybody, keep it going for your next comedian. He is also getting some water, so let me get him his water first. I'm just going to pass time. Get your water, sir. You don't want to be cottonmouthed up there, do you? Yeah, you don't want to be parched. Not like me right now smoking 6 infused joints. Yeah, well, that's what it takes to get me just kind of high, so. All right, everybody, keep it going for your next comedian, Tommy Johnson.
Oh, Bremerton, keep it going for all the comedians you've seen and everyone else who's been up here telling jokes. Oh, I love coming up to this place unprepared. I think it sets me apart from everyone else. In fact, I just blend in with everyone else you've seen tonight, so my apologies in advance. Not to brag, but I got laid last night. And then woke up to the fucking news this morning. Holy shit. Had a vasectomy from hell 3 months ago. We still don't even know if it works because I'm so goddamn swollen. I can't even go in for the test yet. But now I'm just trying to try sympathy to get you guys on my side. Oh, I recently turned 47. Thank you. That's the appropriate response. I have hair that 15-year-old skater Tommy would have died to have. And a fucking ridiculous collection of weird-looking lace-up Vans that my mom would never let me have when I was growing up. Joke's on her now. I'm divorced and living at home again, so fuck you, Mom. I do what I want. So yeah, I got divorced 5 years ago, which for me was actually, it was a great opportunity to finally just get my fat ass in shape. Believe it or not, I was in a lot worse shape back then. I didn't want to. I didn't think I needed to lose weight, but you know when the Uber driver stops by just to check on you because you haven't ordered in 3 days? He's got his cell phone camera out, recording, walking up to the house. At the very least, he thinks he's going to put something online like, oh, look at the fat-ass face first and the pancakes I delivered him on Thursday. But, you know, I talked to my doctor, and they gave me some suggestions and whatnot, and one of the things they suggested was Weight Watchers. Now, I worked for a company that actually provided Weight Watcher meetings during our lunch hour. I don't know if anyone in here has ever done Weight Watchers, but it's really just a bunch of really nice old ladies. But really, they're not counting calories or points or anything else. They're just trading Paula Deen recipes in the back of the room. And well, that was their way of trying to get you to show up every week. If you made it, 4 weeks in a row, you'd get another Paula Deen recipe. What was her secret ingredient? Butter, absolutely. And a little bit of racism thrown in when no one's listening. But oh my God, that's not news. Holy shit, it's been known for 15 years. She's a little racist. But the great thing was you made it 11 months, you would finally get her fudge recipe in December. On top of all the butter, what's her secret ingredient in the fudge? Anyone? Velveeta cheese. Yeah, a year of Weight Watchers. I didn't lose a goddamn pound. But I developed a heart condition and my cholesterol was through the roof. That didn't work, so my doctor's like, hey, really, you gotta cut back on what you're eating. You gotta do a lot more cardio. Okay. Well, cardio, he's like, hey, do a Stairmaster, do a treadmill, do anything. Fuck that shit. I've been on a treadmill for 20 minutes. At the end, you're still in the same goddamn place. Thankfully, I have a lot of comedian friends that do cocaine, though. You've seen a couple of them tonight already. Great thing about cocaine, 20 minutes later, man, my heart rate's above 136 beats a minute. I'm getting a hell of a workout. Yeah, 20 minutes on that Stairmaster, you're still in the same goddamn place. 20 minutes on cocaine, I'm solving world geopolitical problems. Yeah. Russia, Ukraine, they just need more fucking cocaine. Yeah. China, Taiwan, more fucking cocaine. I even tried it with other drugs and it worked. Mushrooms, you just need more mushrooms. Finally, when my dealer got busted, Veg, good to see you're out. I was like, that's not gonna work, so I got a Fitbit. For those of you that don't know, a Fitbit, essentially it's just an industrial strength rubber band you wear around your wrist. After about 6 weeks, that shit started getting really tight, and I'm like, oh, I should be walking more. I did lose some weight on it, though, because $234 later, I couldn't fucking afford fast food for 3 months. Eventually fell into keto. Anyone who doesn't know what keto is, basically it's just rebranded, repackaged Atkins from 20 years ago. So basically, you take what the government has shoved down our throat. That's a callback to Veg again. You take their food pyramid, basically you turn it upside down, which means you don't eat any bread, sugar, pasta, anything delicious that they've been telling us to eat the last 60 years, and you replace it with a bunch of red meat, bacon, and you substitute anything else with cauliflower, and we call it good. Here's the deal. 6 months doing keto, I lost over 100 pounds. Yeah. As of right now, I'm down 130 pounds since my divorce 5 years ago. And people, they come up to me and they're like, holy shit, Tommy, you've lost a ton of weight. And I always have to correct them because a ton is so much more. It was only 100 pounds, people. Relax. But, they come and they're like, holy shit, that's incredible. What was the hardest part? Well, the hardest part is probably losing that first 163 pounds. It's my ex-wife I was referring to. 5.5 years of therapy, and I just cut the joke off right there because I used to have something really mean I'd say after that. But One of the cool things is about losing so much weight, I could finally fit into clothes that I haven't worn in 7 years. Now, mind you, they went out of style 11 years earlier. It's just a bunch of ripped jeans and affliction shirts. Yeah, look at me, people. I'm a fucking soul patch away from finding my ass at a Nickelback concert. Yeah, you guys laugh, sure, but it's a hell of a look, especially in Spanaway. Yeah, it got me a threesome there a couple weeks ago. So, but there were a couple of no-shows, but I didn't let it ruin the fun. Guys, I'm Tommy Johnson. That is my time.
All right. Thank you, Tommy. All right, your next comedian, he's been killing it all over the state. Give it up for Brock Toronto.
Thank you, Joe. Keep it going for Joe, everybody. 10 years, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. No, I love being a comedian. Admittedly, it wasn't my first choice. I did used to be a porn star. If you want to look me up, my movie was called Shortcomings. But no, like Joe said, I do perform all over the state, and I actually got back from being on the road recently, and it was a lot of fun. Got to work with a couple great comedians. One of them did piss me off, though, because we were sitting there at the Airbnb, and he just blurts out, "Brock, how much did you pay for your shoes?" I'm like, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks. And he goes, "Fuck you, Brock. I had to pay $250 for the same pair. You have it so easy." Because apparently that makes up for everything else. And after one of the shows on that tour, I stepped outside after my set to get some fresh air, go over the set that I just did. And I see this drunk guy walking towards me from like a block away. And I'm like, oh, this is about to be an event, because I know how you drunk people are. Sure enough, he gets to me, gets in front of me, stops, look at me, and I'm like, ah, shit, here we go. And then he pulls out his wallet, and I'm like, well, now I'm invested. And then he hands me his ID. I'm sorry, do you know how fucked up you have to be to think I'm the bouncer? I didn't skip a beat, though. I took a look at it. All good, sir. Have a good night. So I got a question for you guys. Have you guys ever heard something so stupid that the hamster that spins the wheel inside your brain has a stroke? Because that happened to me today. I was just minding my own business, buying groceries, and from behind me, I hear, "Do midgets live as long as normal people?" I don't know. So I started thinking, I was like, oh, fuck, do we age like dogs? Like, what's going on? And you know who else doesn't know? Fucking Google. I typed in, how long do midgets live? No fucking answer. So I'm like, ah, shit, I've never seen an old midget. So apparently I have to thank you all for coming to my Make-A-Wish. If you want to donate to it, the tip jar is right there. No, I do want to bring something up. You tall people, or as I like to call you, biggers.
Hey, that's our word.
I'm sorry. Bigger. You guys just ask me the dumbest shit. You really do. Like, my favorite example is I was at a bar hanging out, playing pool with a friend of mine, and this drunk chick came up to me and just blurts out, "Do you have to stand on a stool to get head?" She found out. All right, I'm going to wrap up with this. Who here has met a celebrity that they're a fan of? Anybody? Who'd you meet? No shit, was she cool? I'm actually super jealous on that one. I got to meet Val Kilmer. Yeah, super cool, right? He played Jim Morrison in The Doors. He played Batman. I got to meet fucking Batman. But there's another movie he's in called Willow. You guys familiar with that movie? Yeah. Thank God. So I'm like, oh, I want to make somebody I'm a fan of laugh. So I remember the movie Willow, and I was like, oh yeah, there's that one scene where Warwick Davis yells, Mad Madigan, because that's Val Kilmer's name in the movie. So I'm like, oh, when I see Val, I'm going to yell, Mad Madigan, and he'll laugh, and it'll be fantastic. So I get to work, I see him at the bar, I yell, Mad Madigan, and wait, he didn't laugh either. He shook his head and walked away. So Val Kilmer's a douchebag. But and actually it got worse. He waited until after I clocked out and left to take a group photo with the staff. So Val Kilmer's a douchebag. But I'm going to bring us all together tonight. You guys ready? On the count of 3, we are going to raise our middle finger and yell, fuck Val Kilmer. You guys ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Fuck Val Kilmer. My name's Brock Torano. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brock. I think that something Brock failed to realize about Val Kilmer is when that happened, he just had throat cancer surgery and couldn't talk. So, yeah. Who's the asshole now, Brock? I did tell Brock, I was like, well, you better get that joke out now while you can, because after he dies, you can't do that anymore. You can't. No one's going to say, fuck Val Kilmer, dead, you know. All right, everybody, we got a couple comedians left. Give it up for your next comedian. Also, a really good friend of mine. Give it up for Thomas Friday.
Hello. I've been doing a lot of crying this week. Not because I'm sad. This is because I'm a bitch. I can't handle pollen. That's... Like, I was cutting the grass, and then I could smell the allergies. So, yeah, I'm allergic to those jokes, I think. Good job, Joe, for 10 years. Yeah. I got a baby face. I'm 33 years old, and I look like this. I've been carded 3 times since I've been here, and I don't think any of those people even worked here. Just some concerned citizens, and I'm always getting ID'd, and sometimes that's not enough. There's always like a pop quiz to go along with it, like what year were you born? What year did you graduate? If you're as old as you say you are, why do you look like a virgin? There's more to that joke, but I forgot it. Because I'm older now. I hate the older body I'm getting with this baby face. Like, I'm sucking it in right now because I'm on stage, but I'm getting a belly and man boobs. Like, why do these have to grow in pointy? Why can't they just like grow in the shape of muscles and I don't have to work out? And I have to like tuck a shirt in underneath my regular shirt so it keeps my belly in and also saves me from pinching myself with a belt. And I tried working out. I did 10 push-ups and I fucked my arm up. Like it's all destroyed here. I don't know what happened. I didn't find out till I was like eating pie. I went to lift it up and it just blew up. And I reheard it recently playing ping pong. I'm a ladies' magnet, by the way. I got a fetish for awkward silence. You guys want to talk about, I'll just talk about, I'm one of the worst natives out there. Like the most native thing I've done recently was get a sunburn outside. And I just used that as an opportunity to become the next sports team mascot. I was watching that Chiefs game and they have this chant called the Tomahawk Chop, which is a little bit racist, but they even it out because the back of their helmets say "End Racism." They're going to the bake sale. My ex-wife, she was white, so when we got married, she stole my heart. But then we got divorced and she got my house. So she stole my land too. I want to meet every girl that ever friend-zoned me by saying, "You're like a brother to me." Because I've seen porn nowadays and I think the odds are in my favor. I'm only 75% native, the other 25%'s white. And people always ask me, how come I won't date a native lady? I just don't want to accidentally date a family member. And I know what you're thinking, hey, but you're also 25% white. What happens if you date a family member on that side? I'm not worried about it because it's way more acceptable on that side. I used to sell hotcakes, and when they were selling good, I would say, "These are selling." Nice. Do you like look at something? Can you guys talk English? Do you ever look? Fuck. Do you ever look at homeless people? Wait, do you think homeless people look at people moving with boxes? What? I give up. I can't.
Thomas Friday, everybody. Fucking. I hope he didn't just give up comedy altogether. Fuck. It wasn't that bad. Don't kill yourself, Thomas. Shit. All right. Your next comedian. You might have seen her at the Dope Show at the Roxy Tacoma Comedy Club or even the Spokane Comedy Club. Give it up for your next comic, Drew Lopez.
Oh, what the fuck is up, you guys? Are you guys having a good time? We gotta check in. There's been a lot of weird shit today. We gotta check in with everybody emotionally. Is everybody okay? Okay, fantastic. I want to take a moment to recognize this event. This is fucking awesome. Joe is the reason that I even started stand-up. He gave me a spot to do it in. I was absolute garbage when I started. It was a fucking hot dumpster fire. It was bad all around. But I would say Joe is like my comedy dad, you know? But before you guys make that sexual, I call men in bed uncle. So, don't get it twisted. Because it works for when it hurts and it's a position of power. It's really double entendre. All right, what's up? Oh, you guys. Shit happened today, yeah? Yeah? We're pretty mad about it? Has to be acknowledged because it's important. I was talking to my mom today about it, and my mom actually has ovarian issues, and she was not able to conceive children for a very long time because of her uterus. She has a very special condition called a tipped uterus. Makes it harder to conceive. So when she had us, she could only have 3 out of 5 kids, if she tried. So I was one of the lucky ones that got through that recruitment process. And so every Mother's Day, I reach out to my mom and I'm like, hey, thanks for not cutting me from the team. because she's had to have a few just for her own personal health, and I'm really grateful for those chances. That's like NFL draft chances, you know what I mean? Means I gotta be a fucking star. I gotta make mama proud, you know what I mean? Gotta make it worth it. Gotta make it worth it. No, she gave me braces too, you guys. I looked like Elton John when I was 9. It was fucking alarming. I had a gap, a bowl cut, sang Rocket Man all the time. I was Lutheran. There's a piano, there's an accessible piano, so they're just like, no, keep her away from it. Keep her away from it. Anybody else raised between 2 religions and it just fucked you up entirely? About a round of applause? Anybody got, no? Okay, I'll explain mine, and you guys will be like, you poor bitch. So my mom and my dad were kind of like Romeo and Juliet in the way that their families were always in tension because my mom's side is Hispanic and they're Roman Catholic, and then my dad's white side is Lutheran. So I am Nacho Libre. If you get it, I love you. We watch Nickelodeon at the same time. No, but I like to call myself a red Mexican, you know what I mean? Because I was gaslit into believing I was pretty Latina until I was 26. My grandparents got their 23andMe back. Turns out we're just really tan German and French people. A little bit of Spanish in there. Just to make me Hispanic enough to say, orale, orale, and not get shot. So that's cool. I'm very grateful for that. But it makes shit kind of hard because, you know, there's a certain sex appeal that comes with being Hispanic, you know, that you try to embrace. And I'm not quite Spanglish, but I am Spanish and German. It's not hot. It's not hot. Just means for my quinceañera, I got a little card, like a stamp card for my waxing sessions. You're almost there, honey. Free Brazilian. I know you're 12. I know you're 12. I'm kidding. Because you guys have been such a good crowd, I really wanted to tell you guys some new jokes. Would that be okay? Fuck yeah. Okay. So I just started a new job and I absolutely hate it. I've been selling cars again. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Especially if you have a heart and soul. Don't do it. I'm a used car salesman, Kitsap Auto Outlet. Woo! Get it while you can, folks. I'm about to put in my 2 weeks. What's up? All right. So I have to make about 50 calls a day. About 50 calls a day. It's a lot. It's a lot for an antisocial person. But I called this old man. His name was Charles. And the premise is there's a certain age in your geriatric future where you can just stop having a phone. You don't have to have it. Because if you can't fucking hear the person on the other side of the phone, why the fuck do you have a phone? I call this guy Charles Delaney. Bring, 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 bring. Hi, Charles. This is Drew at Kitsap Auto Outlet. Just want to reach out to you and see if your car's still treating you well. Because we have a VUP program. And he picks up from the voicemail. Hello? This is Charles. Yelling at me. Hi, this is Drew at Kitsap Auto Outlet. How's your car treating you? What? He cannot fucking hear me. Honey, I can't hear you. You got to speak up. I'm already fucking yelling, sir. I am not going to yell at you on the showroom floor. There's no one inside. And I'm just like, Charles! On the phone. I just hang up. I hung up on that poor old man. He didn't need that shit. What, is it the last car of his life? What do I need to do? What? He doesn't need to be buried in a Prius. That's fucked up. No one wants that. It's an efficient way to die, but not, you know. I'm kidding. Okay, I want to do my big joke. How much time we got left, Joe? He's like 7 joints deep. How you doing?
Sorry, I was just smoking my 7th joint. 2 minutes.
Let's do it. Okay, so I didn't mention I have a single mother, and having a single Hispanic mother is pretty spicy. But one of the things is that I didn't mention is that you get no guidance with this whole region of your life. That's a pretty much choose your own adventure quest. It's an art form of expression. And no one tells you how to cut your pubes as a kid, okay? That's what I'm trying to get to. And I've got a lot of them. What's up, my dear friends? Glad you made it in time for my pube joke. So, because you guys remember the Venus razor commercials? They would have like bushes and shapes, and it was the only form of guidance I had. Do you see my hairstyle? The curtains absolutely match the drapes. Because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. She's got a mullet. Only listens to Depeche Mode during sex. Enjoy the silence is her jam. Because we masturbate a lot, people. We masturbate a lot. All right. So I got a few designs I'd like to share with you. Is that all right? All right, let's do it. So first off, for any Christ lovers, you can still fuck in a God-honoring way with this. It's called the Coochie Fix. And so you shave it into a cross. A lot of maintenance. But it's for the Lord, so you'll do it. Next one, for all my DC fans, we got the Two-Face, just exactly what you think it is. Bald on one side, nice and clean Harvey Dent, and then we got Two-Face on the other side. Scarred in war. You flip a coin. If I win, I get to see the Batcave. My favorite, personally, is the reverse landing strip, is something I call the driveway. Keep it nice and bald down the middle. Everybody seeing this? All right. And nice and populated on the sides. Trim it up. Call a landscaping company. It's going to be worth it. Because it is HOA approved. All right? Got to keep it 2 inches. All right. Thank you so much, guys. My name's Drew Lopez. Follow me on Instagram if you like me. At Drew Lopez is a joke. Thank you. Let's fucking drink together. And once again, let's give it up for Joe. This is for Joe.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that
fucking
guy.
Killing it.
Fuck that piece of shit. I'm sorry. I just want to say I got this notebook a few years ago by the Woodcraft Studio in Bremerton. Unfortunately, the guy that does it doesn't do that anymore. But I got this book a few years ago, and it turns out that the last page of the book was today. The fucking 10-year anniversary show was the last page of this book. So I'm going to retire this book, and then maybe if I'm ever fucking somewhat famous, I'll auction it off for like $20. So it'd be a great time. Yeah, fucking. Because $20 in the future will be worth like $5 probably. I don't know. But I just want to say before I bring up your last comedian tonight, how grateful I am to have everybody here supporting comedy in Kitsap and Dog Days Brewery for always supporting me. So let's give it up for everybody here tonight supporting comedy in Kitsap. Thank you very much. We're going to have cake afterwards. And like I said earlier, for those of you that weren't here, we have a tip jar right here. We would greatly appreciate you helping comedy in Kitsap and putting a tip after the show right there. Your headliner tonight, he was on the very first show I did 10 years ago. And the funny thing is that's the last time I saw this dude. So it's been 10 years. I don't even know if he still does comedy, but he came out tonight. So everybody give a warm welcome to your headliner tonight, Justin Hayes.
Keep it going for Joe right now for putting this on for 10 years. That is fucking crazy. Yeah, I did a show 10 years ago, and I promise I'm going to do at least one new joke. I promise, yeah, that's cool. I brought up the list. I want to thank you all for staying. Tonight has been the weirdest comedy show I've ever been a part of, right? It started with Sleazy Joe Vegetable, right? He sucked us in with that one joke, and then it went into a QAnon rant real quick. It was fucking weird. I was like, oh, shit. I'm here with my girlfriend. That's risky. Right, Tommy? Okay.
And when you're a new comic, dude, be careful. Don't bring her with you every time unless you want her to see you fail. All right? Tommy knocked that out right out of the way. Good job, Tommy. Good job, Tom. I know Tommy for a long time. It's funny. When I did Joe's thing 10 years ago, I was actually in the game for 10 years. So I will be in for 20 years in December of this year. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel every year of that shit. This is crazy. This game sucks. Like, I'm getting paid for tonight, but I drive a truck, so pretty much I'm paying $35 to tell dick jokes to you guys. It's fucked up. I love this place, man. This is great. Like, the speaker goes outside, so some kid who lives on the block can hear us do dick jokes and cuss all night. That's fucking great. Fuck that kid. He's probably going to fail anyway. He lives in Bremerton. Hey, I can say that shit. I'm from Tacoma. All right. Where's my military people? Military people? All right, couple. All right. Thank you guys for your service. Thank you very much. How about a round for these service members? Thank you. I was in the Army for 5 years. I joined the Army to see the world. I got stationed at Fort Lewis. I was right back at my mom's fucking house. That's crazy. I got to go to Germany, though. That was cool. Germany's a little weird, though, right? Like, you go to Germany, you don't know where you're going to be stationed. You just show up to Rhein-Main Air Force Base, and then they station you out somewhere. Well, all day long, people are getting their orders and bringing them up to this German dude, and he's like, oh, cool, a lot of girl, a lot of fuck. Oh, cool, a lot of disco. And I'm like, fucking disco, that's weird. Okay. So all day long he's saying that. Finally, I get my orders. I bring him up all excited, and his name is Dieter, and he's like, oh, shit. I'm like, what do you mean, oh, shit? Where's the girls and the fuck and the disco? I'll take it. He's like, no, man, you go to Baumholder. That's in the South. There are idiots in the South. I'm like, fuck, that's ironic. Because that's where our idiots are from, too. Shit. Fuck. That's weird. I'm from the South Sound. Does that mean me? I'm in a good relationship now. My last relationship ended amicably. You know what I mean? We both knew it was time, right? Nothing says goodbye like a pregnancy. I figured that joke was apropos for today. I would not have the life I have right now if I was not good at talking women into abortions. We need to keep them. I'm kidding. Free choice, right? Free choice. My last girlfriend, she was in comedy too. She was a lawyer who did comedy, and I'm a comedian who does lawyers. So that's... I asked her what she wanted in a relationship. She told me honesty. That was bullshit. She just wanted me to tell her the truth every time she asked me if I was with somebody else. She asked for honesty. I said, okay. When we started dating, I used to like to look down during sex. Now you've grown into that. Yeah, she took it that way too. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But she was super defensive. She was a litigator. So she was like, I'm doing something about that. I was like, yeah, what are you doing? She's like, crunches. Like, what, like Nestle crunches? Captain? Is that the crunches? I'm kidding. I'm fat. I'm here to make fun of myself. Look, I shoved my not-so-skinny ass into a pair of skinny jeans that I found at my girlfriend's house. That is ambitious. I don't know who they were, but he was 17. And I still fit in them. Yeah. Are you saying I don't have this physique of a god up here with my pointy nipples and my gut hanging over the front? I don't understand what you're saying. Dad bods are in. Okay, that's all I got to say. I've worked with all these guys for many years. I know Brock for a long time, right, Brock? We've done shows together. I want to thank Brock for keeping his set short tonight. That was nice. Oh my God, he made fun of the midget who called himself a midget. What the fuck? Bro. That was a nice callback. We can't keep the baby. Remember that part? That was me every time right before I talked him into that abortion. I'm sorry. Sometimes you just got to bring attention to shit, right, Brock? You didn't hit him with the driving under the ignition thing, though. Oh, that's too bad. Brock wants to come back up and do his closer for everyone. We're going to give him that time. That's a good time. So, like I said, I'm from Tacoma. I grew up with 2 older sisters and a mom, and they all had staggered periods. Yeah. There was like 1 week of freedom a month in that fucking house. Yeah, that sucks bad. That's terrible. Having sisters is weird, too, as a dude. Where are my guys with sisters at? Where are my guys here with sisters? Yeah, guys with sisters. All you guys that didn't raise your hand, you lucky fucking bastards. You don't know our struggle. You hear shit differently, right? Guys with sisters, you ever been at like work or school or something and a dude will look at you and go, hey man, you got a sister. All he's really saying is, you know, I'd fuck a chick that looked like you. We grew up broke as fuck. Broke as fuck. Where are my broke as fuck people growing up? Nice. There's a lot of us here. I smell the trailer on all of you. At my house, matching dishes meant the cereal bowls came from the same butter company. Country crock. Every size, bitch. We got the assortment. I remember one time I was washing out this tub. I went to throw away the top. My mom's like, what the fuck are you doing? That's a saucer. Sorry, crafty bitch. I didn't know. Apparently you're some ghetto Martha Stewart over here. Should have invested in condoms. Did me and my sisters a favor. We had that broke-ass house. You know what I'm talking about? Where your refrigerator froze over the food that your mom bought on the first of the month? The food stamps. By the end of the month, you were beating the shit out of the back of the freezer with a hammer and a fucking, you know what I'm talking about? And a knife, a butter knife. You're all excited, wonder what you're having for dinner. It's fries. It's fries. They're like the most susceptible to that frost. It's weird. It's fucked up. I loved it. Any Tacoma people? Anybody here from Tacoma? Me and Brock. This is getting weird, dude. Getting weird. Yeah, Tacoma's funny. Tacoma's fucking sucks. You know what I mean? Tacoma is hood as shit. I talk shit about Bremerton, but who the fuck wants to live in Tacoma? Why? What's it known for? Oh, that's weird that you hang out there. I mean, she does math. Okay. No, you're all right. It rhymes with aroma, and it stinks there fucking sometimes. That sucks. You can't get over that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good at making fun of people, but when they're like, your fucking city stinks. I'm like, fuck, man. Even Enumclaw got a one-up on us. Fuck, man. It's fucking crazy. I lived in New York City for about 5 years. That was a good time. You know what I mean? But people are weirdly PC there where they don't know how to just ask normal shit. Like, I actually had a woman ask me, what nation are you from? I was like, Procrasta? She's like, I never heard of that. Yeah, we haven't gotten around to making a map yet. It's weird. So. My best friend in New York City was from Africa. He was the best dude ever. His name was Ibrahim. And his mom was so cool. She always wanted to make me food, right? But I was like, I don't know. So one time I went to their apartment, and she's like, oh, Justin, come on in. Eat, please. I made a bowl of soup. And I said, wait a minute. Did you just say Ebola soup? What the? I'm going to pass. I love the Northwest. We've got Mexican people here, and I love Mexican people, South American, right? Over in New York, all the Latinos are from the Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico, but I love solid-ass Mexicans, I'll tell you that. I thought I met the smartest Mexican in the world the other day. He told me he went to Yale, but then he told me he worked at Yak in the Box. I'm sorry too. See, every now and again you catch someone else laughing, right? That's like, I laughed when you said midget, and everybody's like, ooh, is it okay? He said it. I mean, the first time I ever met Brock, I was thinking to myself, okay, he's a little person. Don't say midget. Don't say midget. He's a little person. Okay? Say it right. Say it right. And then when I fucking walk up to him, I'm like, hey, little midget. Shit. I fucked that so far up. Sorry, Brock. Brock's one of the funniest dudes I've met. I wanted to give a compliment to all the comedians who came up here tonight and, did their comedy to an open garage door in a street full of people smoking weed and drinking beer. That's fucking excellent. I can't think of a better fucking Friday night than this situation right here. And they stuck around. So I don't know if you know, but a lot of comedy shows, like comedians, they show up and then they act like they got something else to do in Bremerton. These guys stick around. These guys fuck around with you. I love that. How long you been doing comedy, kid? 2 years? How old are you? See, he got that ambiguous Asian age. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looked 14 and shit. Like, he goes to a baseball game, he's got a glove on, and people throw him a ball and shit. He looked young as fuck, right? But he's 30-something. Probably got a full fucking family and everything, don't you? Nah, good. Yeah. He's like, no, I've never had pussy once in my life. Sorry, it's right. Now, speaking of the Mormons, hey, the Stormin' Mormon up here knocking it out with half of your family. That's cool. You know it's half, too, because it's only a fucking 12-top. I'm kidding. I suffered from religion growing up. I grew up Catholic, so you'll have to bear with me. Okay. I did my time, right, Brock? You grew up Catholic, too? Oof, you were a target for those fucking priests, weren't you? This motherfucker can't get away. They raped him on into his 20s. Fuck it. Sorry. Not really. I was actually an altar boy. Yeah. Yeah, I was one of two that wasn't molested by a priest. Yeah. No, but don't clap or nothing. An army guy got me later. So I've been had. Yeah. You were in the army? Where were you around 92 to 96? Oh, yeah, swashbuckler, you. I figured that was appropriate for Bremerton. This is an incredible feat. Allison Rose. That's a fucking great name. Which one was Allison Rose? Where's she at? She's back in the restaurant? Oh, okay. That's a great name, right? On Allison Rose. Lost my mind, right? and Allison Rose. Only old people that know what I'm fucking talking about. They're like, bro, you're like a fucking KNDD concert from 92. What the fuck is happening with you? Allison Rose. Moby. What's up, Moby? How are you doing? Speaking of the 90s, we got Moby at the bar. Who else was a comedian? You were, sir. What did you sell us? You know we all bought something right away. New Jersey. You remember New Jersey guy? He's selling timeshares. Don't show up. They'll never let you in. You from New Jersey?
No, I have family there.
Huh.
I've been there a decent amount.
But all your comedies about it?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. How are you doing, guys? Welcome to the comedy. I'm killing it, in case you didn't know. That's probably what drew you in. I love shit like this. This is a great show. It is a good show, right? You guys forgive me for the fucking stomach thing yet? She said, fuck no. She's like, fuck no, girl. Listen to what you're saying. He said, a girl. You're so embarrassing. Oh, shit. My girlfriend's fun. She'll come out and deal with this shit. We don't fight about petty shit like I used to with others, right? Like, I actually had a girl who tried to throw away my favorite pair of underwear, right? Like, I don't know if you know, ladies, but guys will hold on to shit forever as long as it's comfortable. I had a favorite pair of underwear that I loved. The band was a little blown out, little hole at the crotch, no big deal. She had the nerve to hold them up on laundry day and go, ew, you need to throw these away. These are old and they're used and they got a hole in the crotch. I'm like, don't you fit that description? Yeah, that's what she thought too. You guys have been a lot of fun. Who had a good time tonight? All right, who had a bad time? Fuck those two guys right there. You know what I mean? Don't let them ruin your good time. They're not recovered from COVID yet. I had a really good time. I want to thank Joe for putting on a comedy show. I can't tell you how hard it is to put on a comedy show. I've done it myself. It's a lot of work. To do that and perform, I got to give them a hand. You know, when you first see people and you don't know what they're going to do, who knew he'd be around this long and we'd know each other this long? I love this guy. He needs a big-ass hand for putting this show on for so long. Thank you for coming out and supporting live comedy.
All right, keep it going for Justin Hayes, everybody. Hell yeah. Thank you. Fuck, I think that this show is naturally progressed into a roast battle show. Fuck, I think we should go around and roast everybody, huh? Fucking no? You're not feeling it? You guys aren't feeling it? Just this side of the bar? Okay, fuck it. I just want to let you guys know that sometimes after a show, what we do to encourage people to leave tips for us is that we go around with the tip jar, and if you leave a tip, we give you the option to be complimented or roasted. Yeah, let's hear it for if you guys want to do that. You guys want to do that? Oh, that was some of you. Okay. Who's going to be the comedian that's going to go around and roast with me? Anybody? Anybody? Justin, are you fucking available? Because you were really good at that. Get over here, Justin. Let's finish this show off strong. Yeah, exactly. Let's just finish it off. We also have cake here with toast, and we're going to, after we roast or compliment, we're going to dig into this cake and have a good time. So if you guys want to leave a tip, you're going to choose compliment or roast, whichever one you guys want.
Leave a tip or you're going to be a Mormon with this table right over here.
Also, too, you can just tip. You can tip for no reason if you want to. So would you like to be complimented or roasted?
What you got, right?
Roast this guy? Okay, this guy? This guy looks like Chris Farley if he didn't die.
Oh, he killed Chris Farley?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
He's killing his look. That's what he's doing.
Oh, thank you very much, guys. Thank you. No, he looks like he bought that Hawaiian shirt 10 years ago.
He looks like Sam Miller.
He does look like Sam Miller. Sam Miller if he drank still.
He bought that Hawaiian shirt when he fit it, for fuck's
Nice.
sake. 2 seasons ago.
This bar left tip. You guys want to be complimented or roasted? Roasted? Okay.
My guy.
Can you roast this guy, Justin?
I don't know. He's pretty basic, right? He doesn't have anything that stands out or anything. I mean, his head looks too small for his body a little bit.
Well, his mom looks like she did 6 different types of drugs when he was in the womb. So,
and he got the teeth.
He got the teeth in them.
She still got a full set of beautiful teeth, but he got the meth teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
He was in the womb.
That's your brother? Oh shit!
That's Fernando.
Sense.
That's hot Fernando.
Tito.
He got a Latino name too. Fuck,
Sir,
Billy.
would you like to be complimented or roasted? Toasted. Okay. Yeah, toast his ass.
Again, man,
Yeah,
good old-fashioned America. Welcome to Washington from Iowa. Nice. That's nice.
How do you roast somebody that looks like they're more successful and will beat your ass?
I mean, you got half of that.
No, he looks like he's got a 401k. Fuck, I ain't gonna fuck with that guy.
Yeah.
That's great. No, we're just trying to have a good time here, you guys. If you want to leave a tip for no reason, you can. Compliment or roast if you leave a tip. Oh, thank you very much. Would you like to be complimented or roasted?
Roasted. Why does everybody want to be roasted?
Nobody wants a compliment
I wanted to
nowadays.
be positive today. Why are they leaving before we get to them?
You look like a...
Yeah. She said no.
You know what she looks like? She looks like a mail-order bride wife that you didn't have to pay shipping for.
She's definitely got escaped Ukraine before the damage look about her right there.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. They want to be roasted? These two here run into the bathroom?
They don't. We have to get consent to be roasted.
That would be Joe's first time.
Yeah, right.
Getting consent.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Roast you? Roast this guy?
Bro, he's got the cleanest gladiator fro I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if I could roast him.
He does.
He's a good-looking kid.
He looks like he just grew his first beard.
He looks like, what's that fucking actor who gets arrested all the time and he beats up all the time?
Oh, the Flash guy?
No,
Jonah Hill?
No, he's like a skinny ass. He's like
Skinny
Jonah Hill if Jonah Hill's drug was meth.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I don't remember either. Oh, thank you. Would you like to be
I
complimented?
thought she wasn't going to give us that $2 unless we made fun of her two friends.
Yeah, exactly. We just got more money out of her. She needs a compliment.
You are beautiful today.
Yeah, your hair
That
looks
wasn't
nice.
a compliment, guys.
Yeah.
You seem smart.
That's a that's a really nice wedding ring you have there. Yeah. Somebody loves you. Oh, thank you so much. That's a compliment, right? Okay, that's a compliment.
Why are you looking at me like that?
All right. Roast or compliment? Compliment?
No, I want to roast. She was the first to raise her hand.
Drew, do you want to roast my wife? Get on the mic. Roast my wife. She's up for grabs.
I feel like Lori respects her vibrator more than she respects you.
Yeah, that was a roast of me, I think. I don't know.
It was on the spot, Joe.
I know.
Yeah, Lori, you make fucking good chicken noodle soup. Like, what the fuck do you want me to say? You know what I mean? This woman's a pot of gold. What the fuck? You piece of shit. I don't know. What the fuck? You are such a wholesome person. Why are you with a comedian? That's the biggest burn I have for you. Hey. Double entendre.
Compliment or roast?
We gonna cut this fucking cake, dog?
Oh, yeah, we're going to cut the cake. We're going to get one more roast in on James real quick. This guy right here, he fucking left a tip.
You look like a rejected BG.
You look like, he looks like
He is not staying alive.
He looks like one of the... He looks like a Charles Manson survivor.
He, he looks like he cut his beard from a book of like how to look like a serial killer 101.
He looks like he dresses for like how not to get laid. Sorry, that's a joke on me. That's how I dress. So.
Yeah. I feel like when you wear Hawaiian t-shirts, it's just racist. I love that one. Fuck y'all.
Hey, I just want to thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting live comedy and tipping in the tip jar. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate that. We do have one comedian that just showed up who I'd like to at least do 5 minutes while I pass out the cake. Were you gonna roast somebody?
Oh, I was gonna join in on the James roast.
Oh, okay, we'll get one more roast for James, everybody.
No.
James, you look like the type to sign up for a pickup class only to learn that you're just unlovable.
Oh, you got roasted by a midget. That's double whammy. All right, everybody. So I'm going to cut up this cake, and I'm going to come around for those if you want to. Oh, thank you very much for the tip on Venmo, Maggie. Appreciate you. I'm going to come around with cake, and in the meantime, when I come around with the cake, we're gonna fucking bring up this last comedian. He's a good friend of mine. Give it up for Levi Manis, everybody! Fuck yeah!
Let's hear it for Joe one more time, you guys. Fucking 10 years. Giving back to this community. That's fucking awesome, dude. And thank you to Dog Days Brewing for always doing this for us. You guys are a lot of fun. You guys kick ass. I look like the only vegetable I eat is corn albums. I saw a sign the other day that said, drive like your kids live here. And I just thought, bitch, I'm already driving away. Like, why do you think I'm driving so fast? I was with this girl, and I asked her if she was into role play. And she said, yeah, I'll be your dad. And then she left. I never came so hard in my life, you guys. You know, it's not too late to make this cake a bukkake cake. You know, it's in the middle of all of us. I'm Herbie fully loaded up here, dude. Like, I went to Claire's the other day and I got my dick pierced. They wouldn't do it, so I had to like grab the gun and do it myself. It was a whole thing. I'm glad the Mariners are back because I have a fetish for failure. That's why I do this shit. I really hate baby showers because, like, it's not even my kid, it's already ruining my life. A piece of advice, if you ever come across a wet-ass pussy, just put it in a bowl of rice. I don't know what this girl is on, but I want some of it. Like, she seems like she's on another level. Excuses are like assholes. They're delicious. I refer to my semen as Baja Blast because you can only find it at Taco Bell. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, fuck. What else did I want to work on? I don't fucking know. I wish I had the ability to ejaculate. The dog looks so concerned. Yeah. Ejaculate fabric softener. My socks would be so soft. 2 birds, 1 load, because I jerk off in the sock. That's what the thing is. I love smashing pumpkins. They're my favorite fruit to fuck. You know, I actually had to Google to see if pumpkins were a fruit or a vegetable. I had to do research for that joke. And it's neither. It's a gourd, so we're all fucking dumb. 4 out of 5 dentists recommend Crest toothpaste, but 5 out of 5 dentists recommend suicide. Statistically. I'm going to go with my better judgment and do one more to close out this stuff. Again, one more time for Joseph, everybody, and the Dog Days Brewing for having us. I made this weird noise when I come, and I have it recorded on my phone. I was going to come on that cake. All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Joe and Dog Days. I'm done.
All right. Thank you, Levi. Fuck yeah. All right. This is the weird part of the show, everybody. I have some cake up there if anybody wants to have some. But I think that there's no way that we're going to fucking eat this cake right here. So I'm gonna give everybody the option while I do a couple jokes, standing from right here, from where that cake is. Each one of you, I want to get a handful of cake and throw it at me while I'm telling jokes. Oh shit, look how fast they moved. Hold on a second. So one time I was dating this girl, right? Oh shit. And she said, hey, back up, motherfuckers. So one time my son caught me twerking, right? Like, oh shit. Oh fuck you. Man, you guys are enjoying this way too much. Holy shit. And this one time, this guy was like, hey, what are you doing live streaming the comedy show? And I'm like, hey, do you want to eat tonight, motherfuckers? It's like and yeah, well, winding up for this one, aren't you? Oh, fuck. Holy shit. She's got an arm on her. Fucking, we're destroying this shit out here. Are you guys done yet? I'm trying to do my closer. Oh, he got me. I fell for it. I knew not to fall for it, and I fell for it. You got me right between the eyes. Good job, man, motherfucker. All right, last call for anybody who wants to throw cake while I try to do my closer. All right, so what? Oh, fuck. I just want to say, while you guys finish throwing the cake at me, you guys have been great for the last 10 years. All of you that supported me and supported live comedy, please follow us on Comedy in Kitsap on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitters. And also, we're all going to be hanging out at Remedy Speakeasy tonight. After the show, we're going to go down there and get some more food and have some drinks and have a good time. And check out the new menu. So thank you very much for coming out. And I love everybody supporting. Thank you. Have a good night. Woo!